Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into an important topic for both developers and professionals, and that is PFX certificates. First, let me explain what a PFX certificate is. A PFX, or Personal Information Exchange File, is a password-protected certificate which is used primarily for code signing. It's part of the PKC's TAC12 format, which means it can store multiple cryptographic objects such as X.509 public key certificates, X509 private keys, X.509 certificate revocation lists, or CRLs, and even generic data. This file format is commonly used to digitally sign applications, ensuring that the software is trustworthy and hasn't been tampered with. Now, you might be wondering, why do we need a PFX certificate? In simple terms, it's all about security and trust. When you digitally sign an application with a PFX certificate, you're telling your users and the operating system that the software is from a verified source. If you distribute your software without this, users might encounter security warnings or, worse, refuse to install the software altogether. So, the PFX certificate is a crucial component for code signing to make sure your users feel safe when they install your application. The most common method for code signing is to purchase a certificate from a certified authority. But for internal testing or when you don't want to incur costs, a self-signed certificate is a great option. So, how do these certificates actually work? Well, first, the developer generates the certificate and uses it to sign the application. Next, the certificate is deployed to the target machines, usually via group policies or other methods that are more popular today in cloud environments. Once deployed, the operating system will trust the application during installation. Now let's see how you can generate a self-signed certificate with PowerShell. This is where we get hands-on. PowerShell has a built-in CMDlet called New Self-Signed Certificate that allows you to generate these kinds of certificates. So here's how you do it. First, we need to open up PowerShell. Actually, I think I need to open PowerShell with administrative rights, so give me a second. Now that PowerShell is open, let's create a new certificate. We are going to use the new self-signed certificate CMDlet. We specify our subject, key usage, friendly name, where we want to store it, and the extension. That's it. Let's hit enter. And there you go. The certificate has been created. This is already a PFX in the store, by the way. Let's open up CertMeR. Miss C and you can find your created certificate under Trusted Root Certification Authorities. Now let's export the certificate as a PFX. This is done using the Export PFX Certificate CMDlet. As you can see, I already tried to do it here, but let me explain it properly. We can use the Export PFX Certificate command to export the certificate. We specify that we want to export the certificate from the current user's personal certificate store and then provide the thumbprint of the certificate. Next, we specify the file path where we want to export the certificate. In my case, I'm exporting it to a folder inside my Documents directory. Now, the important part is that if you want to export the PFX certificate, you either need a password to encrypt it with, or you can designate it as protected for a specific user or group. However, for that option, your computer needs to be domain joined. In this case, we need to create a password. To create a password, it's not enough to simply type something like password 1234. We need to convert it into a secure string. So we create a new variable called myPassword, then use convert to secure string and provide the password value. In this example, the password is 1234, using the force and plain text parameters. Now we can use that password variable in the export PFX certificate command. Let's run it. And there you go. We should now have our PFX file. And yes, this is our test PFX file.
We've successfully exported the certificate manually.
But wait, if you don't want to deal with command line scripts, there's an even easier way to generate self-signed certificates using Advanced Installer. Let's open Advanced Installer and create a blank project. I'll choose an architect project. If we go to the digital signature page, enable signing, and under the Software Publisher Certificate section select Use from Certificate Store, we can click Create. Here, you can type whatever you want for the subject and friendly name. Let's choose the local computer store and click OK. And there you go. Right now, we have a new test certificate that we can use. And there you have it. You now know what a PFX certificate is, why it's important for code signing, and how to generate one using both PowerShell and Advanced Installer. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future tutorials.